Hello everybody, welcome back to another Pixel Worlds video. Today we are going to talk about trust. Now, one of my friends from Pixel Worlds from a while ago, I'm not super close with him recently, but basically what happened was he got scammed, and the way he got scammed was pretty common. This has happened many times before, but I thought that because it's happened recently, it's a good time to go over this again, you know? Trust is something that is very precious in Pixel Worlds. It's an online game. Anybody can dip out at any time. You can trust them for 3 years and they'll still go behind your back at some point just because they want to. It's just how the game works. And unfortunately, the game's core mechanics kind of support this in a way because there's a full chatting system. There's extremely expensive items that you can willingly give to anybody without and in this case, you can trust scam people with no consequence. Let's be more specific. A few days ago, someone by the name of Zapadox was scammed by their friend Pothato, and I believe it was about 100 platinum locks or something worth of trade. It was some scythe and then also dark pixie wings. And I believe it was a trust scam. So basically what a trust scam is in this case, Pothato convinced Zapadox, probably saying things like, oh, well, if you don't let me use your items, then I can't trust you, or you don't even trust me, we're not real friends, stuff like that. That's kind of how a trust scam works. Touched on that more on my scams video. I have like a scams to avoid series. I touched more on that in that video. But yeah, a trust scam is one of the most common scams ever. It's mainly how rich players get scammed. Obviously, rich players aren't going to go into a drop game and be an idiot, do stuff like that. But rich players do often get in entanglements with their friends that they've quote-unquote known for a long time, even though they've just hardly met them online and consider them their friends and allies. And it's super common to get scammed like this. And there's many forms of it. There's the simple trust trade scam where you're just talking about it. There's giving someone rights in your world that you trust them. Like, for example, I might make a video on this, but a couple years ago I made a world named Pricer. And this actually ended up being the most popular price world in the game at that time. But one of my friends, Hintless, who at the time actually had music videos featured in Pixel Worlds, he scammed my entire world. He took all the expensive items out of it. He cut off his social media. He literally deleted his channel and all the videos on there. His entire online presence was gone the day that he scammed all my items, and that's just what you have to think about. This dude had like 700 subscribers or something at the time, and with a flip of the switch, someone can go from your best friend, a reputable, person, a respectable person, into complete scammer, going off the deep end. And for Zapadox's case, I had heard that Pothato was a scammer prior to this situation. I've had his name come up a couple times in references in Discord or Instagram or whatever. And I didn't really know that he was friends with Pothato. You can't really go and dip your toes into every single situation. But yeah, it's unfortunate. You never know who's going to scam what. And unfortunately, you can't even really prove every situation. I mean, to the moderators, there's only really 2 ways you can prove to them a certain situation happened. Or maybe 3. I guess you can report statements, but you can also only screen record the situation happening, so you have to know that they'll probably scam you prior to this even happening, unless you have some sort of backwards capture like I have. It's a key on my keyboard where I can just record the last 30 seconds or whatever, or unless a mod actually sees it, which in that case they would have already had to be a scammer, and then the moderator would follow them, or a moderator was messaged to moderate the trust scam or whatever, right? And a policy that the Pixel Worlds moderators have is that you just can't get your stuff back if you're scammed, which is kind of false. There's been people who have gotten their stuff back after getting scammed, which doesn't really make that much sense in my opinion. I mean, you're kind of going against the policy and having favoritism for specific people, but I don't know. That's a rant for another day about favoritism in moderators, but in general, trust scams are difficult to avoid, and I think it's important to just don't trust anyone too much in this game. I know it's fun to have friends, and that's a big pull to this game, and there's a lot of fun you can have when you trust people, but just don't get too carried away with it. Don't trade anyone your items. Don't give access to anybody that you don't need to give access to. In MAG, they have a perfect system. There's no full rights where you can literally grief the world. All you have is minor rights where you can just, do the signs and everything, and, that kind of stuff. There's nothing super complicated. And I just think that, also, actually, forgot to mention, with trust scams, just go to Pixel Planner, or whatever that app is, Pixel World's Tools by Cold Unwanted, I believe, and then you can just try out any sets you want. You don't have to ask a friend to give you their dark pixie wings so you can see what it looks like on your set. Just go on Pixel World's Tools and do it there. I mean, if you're asking that at this point in time, you're probably a scammer and you should not be trusted. Because if you really want to see what something looked like on your set, just use Pixel World's Tools. It's free. So yeah, moral of the story: don't trust people in the game. It sucks that Zapadox was scammed, but yeah, that's about it. Thanks guys for watching. This is a kind of weird rant video, but I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.